Welcome to the boulevard on this beautiful autumnal afternoon. Strong breeze blowing down the field, and this should be a great clash between top of the table Hull, who are on a great run, and Wigan, who are fighting to get back into form, suffering from injuries and suspension. The Wigan team for this afternoon, of course, is showing changes because of the suspension of Hanley and injuries to Hampson. Iro has been very doubtful, but he's turning out, and so we've got Preston coming onto the wing and Skerritt back into the pack. Platt, of course, another international forward missing, and we're expecting a great battle this afternoon with Hull. Two of the players are due to play in the front row against the Aussies, Jackson and Harrison, so there'll be a mighty battle there, probably with Dermot, who, having lost his place to Jackson, a Frenchman playing at scrum half, and Mackie, of course, the captain. Wigan, having lost the toss, it's with Joe Lydon to set the game going as Mr. Allett blows his whistle. A high one hanging in the wind inside the 25. These massive Hull forwards will probably try to sort Wigan out in the early stages. Jackson trying to get his forwards moving, and the forwards coming onto it hard. Lydon probably be under a lot of pressure at full back in this first half. Wigan facing the wind, and there it goes back for the kick. Lydon, we're letting it bounce, sits up for him in his own 25. That's a lot of ground gain as Joe Lydon comes in hard, clearing his 25 line. Dean Bell, great run from acting half-back. Preston trying to get with him. Dermot, acting half-back. Wigan fighting the way forwards, being met solidly by the Hull defence. Dermot again onto Gregory. Gregory changing direction, managed to get it moving. Wigan coming hard, still tight in the forwards. Defences are still on top as Wigan fight the way up to 10 yards from the halfway line. Edwards, long pass out, and Hull coming in very, very quickly, holding Wigan down. There's a nice kick by Edwards, but it's well covered by Turner out on the wing, coming crossfield. And a lot of oohing from the crowd as they thought that was rather high. Wigan coming in hard, and the referee says they've come in too high for that one. And so penalty, Gregory, a little query, probably said sir at the end of it. Got the wind behind that one. Jackson coming up, playing for Great Britain against Australia. As Dannett coming hard, Dannett puts his shoulder in. Jackson again doing the switch, moving in inside, these big front row forwards, massive men, playing it hard. Now they're spreading Wigan, a long wide pass, coming back inside, and that's powerful running, good running, nearly split the Wigan defence, as Hull cut the way in cleanly into the Wigan 25. Little move round the play of the ball, and these forwards coming on it, most determinedly. The switch there, fighting hard to get over the line. A Wigan defence holding it firm. The referee gives the scrum down. Took the roll over, the sixth tackle. Wigan going to have to battle away from the own line. Coming hard, that powerful running, that strong determination. Wigan playing it safe, and they keep it settled down in these early moments. Bell doing a dummy run off the ball. Referee standing right on top of the tattlers. Wigan fighting into a strong wind. Finding it difficult, but they've struggled away up almost up to the 25. The referee says it's a forward pass and will scum down inside the Wigan 25. And he's penalised Wigan. This is a kickable goal. Gregory up having a word with the referee, but I couldn't see, I'm behind the pillar here, I couldn't see whether somebody opened the mouth or not, but the kick is going to be taken. As Eastwood kicked quite well on the tour now, a none too difficult kick. Kicking from the right hand side with his left foot, so it should be to his advantage. The wind's behind him. Coming up carefully, stabs at it, and that's 4 minutes gone. Hole 2, Wigan 0. Wigan with a lot on the plate this afternoon. It's going to be a hard first half for them. Clouds coming over, very dark now. And this is a battle of the Titans in the forwards. Hull playing it very steady. Wigan forcing them back and down, pushing them down hard. Jackson from behind the play the ball. Switch of direction from the play the ball, turns it inside. Office, and Wigan penalised for offside. That's a long ranging kick. Touch judge marks it 10 yards outside the Wigan 25. And this really is a fierce battle of the defences. Hull playing it close and on the forward. Ball's gone loose. Snapped up by Wigan. They were under heavy pressure there. The ball was dropped. Edwards screaming for somebody to come, but he has to go to acting half-back. Ed's still struggling forward. And a penalty to Wigan for lying on in the play of the ball. This should give some relief to Wigan. They'll have a bit of a problem because they're kicking into the wind. It's Andy Gregory hands the ball on to Joe Lydon. That's a good kick from Joe Lydon and brought a lot of relief to Wigan as it brings play up to the halfway line. Dermot, quick one. Wigan charging forward, powerful running. And Wigan giving as good as they're getting at the moment with the forwards. They're taking them on. Edwards taken man and ball as he received it. Couldn't get out of that. Bell coming up to act in half-back. Bell round the narrow side. Onto Betts. Betts gains his 5 yards. Now it's Dermot to Gregory. Gregory little overhead kick. Jennings and he fell. The referee going to say play on. The referee taking no notice. Touch judge taking no notice. Gregory flat on the floor as Hull come into the attack. Dave Mills coming on to attend to Gregory. Didn't get away with this, put his little kick through, and he's probably got an awful headache after that one. Wigan moving up fast. And the Wigan defence very sparse on this side of the field, and the kick comes behind the defence. Gregory still down on the deck injured. Wigan once again playing into this wind, having a little limp as well. Well, now the touch judge, no referee wanted to know about that incident with Gregory. Edwards coming round, and then Gregory limping to the scrum. Referee, of course, on the narrow side. And Gregory coming over, puts it in. Gregory gets it out onto Edwards. And it's a penalty to Wigan for offside at the scrum. And it's Edwards who takes it. Doesn't gain a lot of ground, but makes absolutely sure of it as Dermot comes up with the tap. Good way, he's been playing hard so far, running well into the ball. Wigan forwards taking on the whole pack at the moment. Not being given a lot of space, and there's Betts coming hard, gets his pass and it's gone to ground. Referee said it's been knocked on or gone forward. It's on Dar, French scrum half, gets it out easily, trying to make a break, and he's caught as he tried. A lot of wooing from the other side of the scrum there, the people on the far side of the ground. Still 2 points in it. 10 minutes gone. And the crowd are loving this battle of the Titans. They really are big, wonderfully physique men. And Wigan forcing Hull across the field and not denting them at the moment. They're lined up for the kick. The little dummy. Ball's gone astray. Wigan up quickly, and there's a high ball. An awkward one for Lydon. And he took that very, very well. Coming in, well run out by Lydon. Took that under great difficulty, under a lot of pressure. Ran it out very cleanly. Wigan having to sort themselves out. They've had to retreat a long way after that long kick. All lying up very, very close and coming in quickly, forcing Wigan across the field. And once again, a penalty to Wigan. The second one for an offence in the tackle. Joe Lydon. And the Hull left wing. And he doesn't find touch. A bit of a mortal sin when possession is so important. Giving possession back to Hull. And there's great fierceness and fire and fervour in these forwards as they go turning into each other. 10 yards inside the Wigan half. Now the ball being spread about a bit. And that solid thunking tackling. Walker now moving in across, little overhead kick. Wigan can't take it cleanly. Hull regain possession. A lot of booing from the crowd. They're up on the feet. Players all gathering round. And that's a sad sight. Joe Lydon going off. I couldn't see whether it was the yellow card or the red card, but Joe Lydon going off after 10 minutes play. And another easy penalty goal should be. Well, there's a lot of fierceness, as I was saying, in this attacking, and it got a little too fierce, and Lydon has gone back to the dressing room. Stabs at it, and it's there. 4 points to 0 to Hull. No wonder the clouds are dark. It's very ominous, this, for Wigan. Man short. Hull had plenty of possession. And they're on the crest of a wave. Once again, Wigan having to play under a handicap, as it says in the programme. They can be untold, can make a great difference to the run of the play when the player gets sent off, even if it's only a 10-minute sin bin. Quite often the pressure begins to tell on the team, and here they are using the wind again. Preston going back to help out. Is it going to roll dead? No, we're going to have to pick it up in their own in-goal area, and Hull are up very, very quickly, and so it's a dropout from another post, and Wigan are going to have to give it back. Myers, who'd gone to full-back, pushed into his own in-goal area, so Wigan going to have to give the ball back, probably in all probability, as they drop out into this fierce wind. Great roar going up from the Early Birds fans. And And it's remarkable how well and how hard these Hull players are coming on to the ball. And Hull powering towards the Wigan line. Long pass and Wigan are stretched. And Hull held inches from the line. Trying to burrow the way over. The referee says he's on his back. Referee right on top of the spot there. Gregory bringing it away. Wigan were under a lot of pressure there. 5 yards out now from their own line. Gregory backs wheeling all over the place, and it's Hull who got possession. The referee, Gavin Hallett, not satisfied, got to go in again. This time looks as if it's coming out the Wigan side, it's hanging. Hull pushing Wigan. Gregory being taken by own tars, he tries to come round the narrow side. Edwards from behind the play the ball, a little one inside. And Hull coming tearing in. And it looks as if a substitution is being made by Wigan. Gregory could well be coming off. And it's absolutely torrid out there. It's like being in a corner as Wigan nearly pushed over the touchline, managed to whip it back inside, but the penalty to Wigan, touch judge's flag goes up, an incident on the far wing. And it really is torrid out there. And it looks as if Wigan could well be bringing off Edwards, I beg your pardon, bringing off Gregory. He was very badly knocked down after he put a little kick through in. "17 minutes of the game gone. A lot of booing from the Hull supporters. And it's Clark who's replacing Gregory, so the Wigan half-backs, and they're not back the 10 yards again. Hallett very quick on them there, and Edwards wanting to get on with it, bangs it into touch, and Wigan gained an awful lot of ground from those couple of transgressions, players not going back the distance. Wigan without the scrum half now, and without Lydon. Lucas wanting it as the Wigan switch direction, but he doesn't get it. Wigan throw the ball away and it's loose. That was loose, untidy play by Wigan, and Hull were on it like tigers. They were in quickly. Once again there's a break from half-back, and Wigan haven't got it covered, and it's kicked behind the defence and chased by Myers going back over the line, picked up cleanly and bravely and well run out, and that was good play by Wigan, and after some loose untidy play got them back under pressure, and the touch judge's flag goes up. He's seen something in the far corner of the field, and it's knees going in, and another penalty for Wigan and a bit more relief. Well, there should be no necessity for Hull to be playing like giving these very foolish penalties away, because they're well on top and they're making Wigan struggle hard, making the Wigan 12 men really graft as they come again out of their own 25. And Hull really have the tails up. They're holding Wigan, they've got the advantage, should have a lot of points on in this first half. With the wind at the back, and it's a powerful wind. It'll kick through here, being chased by Preston, but it's been gathered cleanly. Played back to Gay. Gay moving it inside onto Ontar. Ontar being taken. Jackson now waiting behind the play the ball. Long pass from the play the ball. That's stretching Wigan across the field, but they've moved. And Hull coming very strongly. They've a lot of power in these players. Forwards moving together as a pack, all rushing into the ball together, moving it, all six going forward. Now they're spreading it across the field. There's another nasty high ball in this wind. Wigan miss Hampson, ball loose on the floor. Referee giving a penalty for offside. Keith Mills being kept very busy, having to come on the field to attend to another Wigan injury. Exactly halfway through the first half, 20 minutes gone. And I think Wigan have only been in the Hull 25 once, and then not in possession. Mistake made behind the play of the ball, so it will be Hull to put it in. Onta to feed the scrum. Lot of manoeuvring going along in these front rows, fighting for position. Edwards gone to scrum half. It's Onta, gets it out onto Turner, who's coming from the wing. Turner, they're having a job putting him down. Nearly bounced up again. Penalty against Wigan for offside at the play of the ball. Both sides coming in, line up and coming in, trying to hold the other side down. Trying to make sure the attack doesn't get into gear. "22 minutes gone. Wigan penalised once more for offside, and again it's a simple kick for Eastwood. Wigan never really been in the hunt at all in this first 22 minutes. And yet Hull not managed to cross the Wigan line yet. 2 penalty goals so far, and here's Eastwood with his chance for his third. Left-footed kicker, stabs at it, and the yay of the crowd tells you that Eastwood has got his third penalty after 22 minutes. Edwards taken well, taken cleanly. Hull, Wigan in quickly, smother the acting half-back. That was good tackling by Gildart. Wigan holding them on the 25 line. Clark going into the tattle. And now it's Hull who were finding it hard to come away, as once again Gildart was in. Using the wind well, there's a nasty high ball, Preston going back for it. Takes it beautifully. Taken man and ball, but he took that under a lot of pressure. Dean Bell from behind the play of the ball onto Myers. Myers taking them on, coming in hard, meets the forwards. And Dermott, Edwards trying to organise his team. The general now going first pass, and it's Edwards who takes it. Little short one, Wigan holding it in the forwards. Thrown it back, and that's loose. Flung back to Myers. Wigan living dangerously at the moment, and they've lost a lot of ground in possession. Betts now. 5 tackles gone, says the referee, as Edwards into the wind, being covered by Turner, faced by Iro, in no way past him, and he's lost it, and Wigan have got possession. That's the result of fierce tackling, shook the attacker, and they've lost possession. Wigan now just inside the Hull half. Edwards moving it across, Wigan coming hard and straight. Edwards done a switch of direction over to the far right wing. And the knock on. Goodway not able to hang on to it. Onta to feed. Coming out quickly, Onta. Wigan a bit slow there up to the acting halfback. He was allowed to run a long way. And the ball's been dropped. There's some very loose handling. And this time it will be Wigan to feed. Edwards has gone to scrum half. Ball comes out at the side of the tunnel. Got to go in again. Wigan, because only packing 5 forwards, Lydon off the field permanently. And Edwards penalised for incorrect feeding. So we're going to have a long run now. Once again, as last week, down to 12 men, but this time from after approximately 12 minutes play, and that's a long, long kick, putting Hull into a good attacking position. Little dummy from the acting half-back. And there's a gap. Wigan stitched it up well there. They've moved up quickly. And Hull finding it hard to get past the 12 men, but the weight of numbers shut down. Now they're battering the way forward. And the hell inches short. Right on the line. Harrison moving it across. And there's a big overlap. And Hull are in. Hull's first try by Marlowe. Harrison had set it up, and Marlowe from just a short distance out. And the weight and the power of these Hull forwards has eventually told. Just about on the half hour, we can come back up once more to kick. 10 points behind. Struggling. Hull playing well. Using the advantage of the extra man, using the wind. The kicks have been very good. Edwards hits that hard, taken cleanly. Edwards coming up quickly, but the keep man, his whole managed to keep the ball going, but they're going cross field. Lucas going up quickly with Goodway. Wigan piling into the tattles. Little dummy from behind to play the ball. Five tattles gone, says the referee, as the acting halfback made a lot of ground. There's the kick behind the defence. Myers having to retreat. That's a long, long kick. And he finds it inches from the corner flag. A great kick that, down the Wigan right wing, pushing Wigan back. Wigan spent nearly all this game in and around their own 25. The Edwards to feed, but you've got a lot to do to get the ball away from there. Backs. Edwards feeds, back wheels again, Edwards hands it out. Wigan going to have to fight the way here as Edwards once again, and once more the penalty for offside. Hull caught offside, had to the play the ball. Edwards stabs it into touch. And that's a good storming run. Wigan players performing very well considering what they're playing into. Philip Clark doing a little switch onto Goodway. Goodway being met hard. Disappears under a mass of black and white jerseys. Dermott moving it out, and Skerrett, big, strong, put his shoulder in well, took them with him. Dermott waiting for the play of the ball. Onto Betts, Betts dancing his way through. Dermot puts in a kick straight into touch. On the last tackle, so it's going to be a rollover. Jackson waiting for the play, the ball. And the ball's been dropped. That should be Wigan's. That was bad play by Hull. Wigan now trying to spread it out to the right wing, driving the way over the halfway line. And Wigan still giving it all they've got, and another penalty in the tattle. Dermot gains a couple of yards of ground, ball over the top of the stand. Wigan fighting the way up to the 25 line. Lucas, short pass. Skerritt belted his way through. That was a good fine run. Dropped the ball, I think, as he went down. Referee's going to have a look, see who's got it. Giving the scrum down. Wigan lost the ball in the tattle. As Skerritt went in very powerfully there, but couldn't hang on to the ball. On Tarfeeds, bringing it away. Met by the scrum as it breaks up. Philip Clark going in. Quick play the ball, acting half back, gains a couple of yards of ground. Not been a lot of play up on that 25 line, of Wigan having to play without the ball at the moment as they line up. At any moment now the kick, and there it's flung back. Long, high, left-footed kick. And there's a late tackle, I think, with somebody down. Crowd have seen it. Referee going to give the penalty for the late tackle. Touch judges on. Well, Wigan may feel a little aggrieved about this. In the early part of the game, Edwards put in a little kick and was flattened, and he's now off the field. Now Wigan have gone in late, and the penalty has been given. Be interesting to see who the referee picks out. And he's calling somebody over who's going to have to go a long, long way. Well, it's yellow card for Dean Bell. 5 minutes before half time, so Wigan down to 11 men. And Wigan never really looked like scoring at all in these first 35 minutes. And yet Hull, with all the pressure, have only managed to get one try. Lifts it high and over. And the Old Faithful anthem is being sung with great enthusiasm. Not a lot of tone or timbre, but very loudly. They're very happy to be 12 points in front with a few minutes to go to half time. And Wigan down to 11 players. Lydon off permanently, and Bell in the sin bin. And that looked its forward pass. Yes, the referee spotted it. Forward battering the way through and then trying to slip it, just missed time, ball going forward. And so it'll be Wigan with 4 forwards, Edwards to feed, backing down only 4 forwards, shoots out to Edwards, and Edwards tackled, and penalty to Wigan at the scrum. Edwards wanting to come up quickly and gets it into touch, and for once Wigan have got the ball near the inside the Hull 25, but shortage of numbers as they try to clatter the way through. I think it's going to need something rather special to ring a try at this period as Lucas trying to take them on. He's bundled over. Dermot behind the play, the ball to Edwards, to Clark. Clark to Edwards, who dropped it. And there's trouble here on the break as Hull goes surging down the field, put in a kick. Being chased, Wigan should have the speed to make it dead. Myers can't take it, and it's a try. Well, Wigan made a real mess of that near their own try line. They should have had that killed. And the ball bounced about. I know the wind is bad. Wigan got the hands to it. And right on the stroke of the 40 minutes, Wigan make a mess. They were attacking, and Wigan dropped to the ball in the Hull 25, and they picked it up and they surged down the field, put the little kick in, and the Wigan defenders, unsure, unsafe, probably worried, under the pressure, couldn't save it, and the try was scored. Delighted Hull crowd, delighted Hull team, some very crestfallen Wigan spectators standing just in front of me. And Wigan being crushed at the moment. Don't seem to be able to get it right in spite of tremendous endeavours. They're down, of course, to 11 men at the moment, which causes them a lot of problems. But there are a couple of mistakes made that should not have been. Once it got into that 25, it should have been a lot steadier, and then they made a real hash of it on their own try line. It's 9 yards in from the touchline as Eastwood comes up, and it's a beauty. That's rubbing salt into the wound. That's right on the stroke of half-time. Eastwood makes it 18. Well, 18 points at half-time is a tremendous deficit against anybody, but against the top of the table team. No, Wigan will have the win in the next half, but they have a real high mountain to climb. Must be playing in stoppage time now, as Wigan go desperately into the tattle, trying to hurl the Hull forwards back. Once again, the ball is hoisted down the field with that Gale at the back. Myers this time takes it cleanly, drives in, and there's a great line of black and white jerseys waiting for him to bury him. There goes the hooter for half-time with Hull right on top. Half-time score, Hull 18, Wigan 0. "18 points behind, 2 men down. Dean Bell still in the sin bin, and Joe Lydon probably already had his bath and dressed and very sadly watching the game, and a suspension perhaps coming. We don't know whether it will interfere with his appearance next week against the Australians for Wigan, in a couple of weeks' time for Great Britain, depending on what the disciplinary committee start. And here we go, Wigan 18 points behind. Edwards traps it, bring in Iro inside. Iro dumped down on the 25 line. Dermot to Edwards. Will Wigan be able to use this wind? Got the wind at the backs now, powerful wind. Driving in hard, forwards coming onto it, but 18 points is an awful lot to make up. There's a rather ineffectual kick, it's being covered by Gay at full back. Bounce a little awkward for him, he took it safely and surely. Trying to dance his way through, Wigan forcing him down, 10 yards outside his own 25. And now it's the hard graft, and that's good powerful running. Webb coming through from behind the play the ball. Wigan got the loose ball. Dermot waiting for the play. Edwards quickly onto it. Scarrett, well taken, low and hard, can't get out of those tattles. Dermot waiting behind the play, the ball. Philip Clark. Good way. Betts being met solidly. Right on the halfway line. Dermot dragging them off a bit out to Edwards. Edwards across, onto Iro, onto Wigan trying to come through as Myers gets up to the halfway line. Marshall, a little dart, playing out on the right wing now. Ball had to be handed over. Iro going in onto Big Harrison. Moved inside by Jackson. It was a strong run by Marlowe. Now they're trying to dance away down the middle. Wigan hesitating in the tattle. Jackson coming over from behind the play, the ball. Switched inside. Good tattle intake. These hefty forward. Touch judges on and Wigan going to get penalised, I think. Second tattle going in, I think he's going to give. Yes, penalty to hold, and somebody's opened the mouth, and another one. Wigan not watching it as Jackson rushes up to take it. And they're going to call Eastwood over. Wigan 18 points behind. Could well be 20 after this penalty. Wigan infringing in the tattle. Four minutes of this second half gone. Left-footed kicker. Being very deliberate and very careful about this kick. A lot of Wiganers here giving him the bird a bit. None too happy about it taking so long. Shades of to Colin Tyra. And there's no messing. 20 points to 0 then. Hull now in their own 25, having to graft the way out. Even with a full team, Wigan would have had their hands full against this side, as it is. And very much the underdogs now. And even into the wind, they're hoisting the high ball. It's an awkward one. Marshall going back, and it's Marshall who takes it, puts his head down, runs into the forwards, and he's given Wigan a penalty for Hull being offside after that kick. Touch judge marks it a few yards inside the Hull half. Dermot coming up, Lucas wanting it on the bird, Lucas taking them with him, came onto that strongly. Dermot doing a cross run with Scarrett, send a long one onto Betts. Betts trying to dance his way through, turning and twisting. Edwards doing a switch onto Bell, who's back on. It's a different one. Wigan keeping it moving, ball's loose on the floor. Iro waiting behind the play, the ball. Onto Edwards, who's the general today, sends a short one. Wigan battering the way through. Still playing with a lot of determination, Wigan, as Philip Clark tried to make. Edwards now trying to set play up, and he's fouled, and there's a Hull player also flat out on the ground, and an infringement again at the play of the ball. Referee Allen's been very tight on the play of the ball. He's wanting Edwards to get up, get on with it. Look, he's got his head on and he's breathing. Penalty to Hull. Not a lot of ground gain. This wind is very, very powerful. Still blowing strongly. Hull now hanging on to what they've got. Wigan stolen the ball out to Edwards, then moving it across onto Betts. Betts trying to dance his way through and he loses his footing. Edwards doing a lot of work and a penalty to Wigan. Hull offside at the play of the ball. Edwards bangs it into touch. Philip Clark coming up, hands it on to Dermot. Dermot to get it up, trying to crash his way through. Dermot moving it across. Wigan going hard for the line and being held just short. Now Wigan putting a lot of bat into it, hitting them with everything except the kitchen sink. Dermot waiting for the play of the ball. Edwards doing a switch. Wigan being held right underneath the post, 5 yards out. Dermot moving it across. Edwards. Wigan still keeping the ball moving as if it's red hot. The referee's bringing them back. Giving the scrum down. The on tar to feed and the forward to get themselves sorted out. To wait for Hull play. Wigan to fasten the lace. Philip Clark we're waiting for. On tar bringing it away from the scrum. Edwards chases him, takes him. Clark comes in, completes the tattle. First tattle down. Here come the forwards. And Wigan said, "We'll hold it there. You're not getting out of your 25." They're like bees round a honey pot there, coming in quickly, Wigan. Playing the hearts out, although they're 20 points behind. And having to struggle with this shortage of manpower. Back for the kick. And that's a high one and straight into touch. Nowhere near the field of play. Referee giving the turnover, having kicked it straight into touch. Iro wanting it to Bell. Wigan not really lined out. Edwards is the man to get them going, and it's Edwards who takes it. Edwards running crossfield. Wigan moving it back, handing it on, changing direction. Myers is joined in the move, come up from full-back. Plays it to himself. And Wigan have got a penalty for not going back. Very tight at the play of the ball, the referee. Dean Bell trying to settle them down. The old head, as Edwards decides, will have it in touch, finds it. Dermot with the tap. With Edwards. And it looks as if 2 substitutions are being made by Hull. Substitutes for Hull are McNamara and Cleal. Edwards puts it into touch. Dermot waiting onto Edwards. And they weren't 10 yards away, so it's another penalty for Wigan. On to Skerrett. Skerrett going hard for the line, held just short. Dermot to Edwards, on to Lucas, back to Edwards. Edwards turning and twisting, and it's going to be carried back. Dermot moving across the field onto Clark. And the whole defence mad keen to get at the Wiganers. They're tearing into them. And there's going to be another penalty for an infringement in the tackle. Penalty to Wigan, right in front of the post. What are they going to do? They go to kick for goal. Little conference goes on. Edwards decides, we'll have a penalty, we'll have a tap. Wigan keeping it tight at the moment as the forward put his head down and charged in. Scarrett holding it there. Wigan coming one man at a time at the moment. Finding impossible to get out of this whole defensive grip. Trying all sorts of switches round the play of the ball, and it's not coming off at the moment. Dermot onto Edwards, and the right in the Wigan line out, making him change direction. They're coming so quickly into the Wigan line that they cannot get the ball moving out to the wings. Dermot. Lob faster, and that's Wigan lucky to be hanging on to that, taking it by the fingertips, and eventually it goes to ground. Ontar gets it out to Mackie, Gibson, there's a gap in the Wigan defence. Wigan come across, and a despairing dive by Iro, taps the ankles and saved the day. Hull now just short of the halfway line. Referee right on the spot. Wigan player hurt in that tackle as Cudway comes in, balls bobbing about all over the place, and Wigan have got it back. Good way to kick through at the play of the ball. That should be back to one. There's a bit of aggro going on with Lucas, one of the Hull forwards. Wigan player flat out. Dean Bell gets up. Very, very groggy indeed. Very shaken. Wigan have both the substitutes on the field, so they're in a bit of a mess. And it looked Dean Bell having to go off. Again with the play of the ball onto Lucas. Lucas hands it on onto Iro. Dermot to Edwards, back inside. Edwards trying to dart through. Gains a good 10 yards of ground. Clark hoists a high one, it's taken cleanly. Thought he was going to make a mark then. Way held it. Hall turning across the field. Wigan defence goes over, covers it well. Lovely interception by Edwards, read it well, came in smart, took it clean. Onto Iro. Iro trying to go through, knocking him off with his usual power. Gets a bad pass. That's a good run by Iro. Misses Marshall completely and goes into touch. A bit of wasted possession there by Wigan after Edwards had picked it up so smartly. Wigan knocked it down. Breaking from the scrum and penalised for offside. Scarrett very quickly away there. Mackie gone to scrum half then to feed. And referee's heard something and gone another 10 yards. indiscipline, mouths being opened. Jackson takes the tap out onto his wingman, out onto Turner. Edwards read it well, ball's gone loose. As Hull try to attack down the right wing, but they're not making a lot of ground, hard running into this wind. Ball gone loose, Wigan get it, turn it defence into attack. That was picked up quickly and whipped out smartish. To Edwards, Edwards handing it on, a long pass. Iro dumbing with it. Iro's pass has been knocked down, be a knock on. Iro and Marshall having a little bit of trouble finding each other. Mackey has gone to scrum half. Out to Edwards, Wigan being pushed off it. Edwards has done well to get hold of that ball. On to Philip Clark. Philip Clark moving it across, but Wigan going laterally, going crabwise across the field. The referee giving a penalty. He's been very keen on the players when the tattle inside. He's been stood no messing. They've got to get off the player. Wigan gained a lot of ground with a long kick behind them, and the wind behind them. Dermot coming up. On to Edwards. Edwards the general this afternoon as Clark tries to go down the middle. Gets a lovely pass in. Well, that was nice playing by Clark. Played quickly. On to Edwards. Edwards holding it. Wigan being forced inside, and that's a knock on. Yes, the referee spotted it. Crowd are groaning, but that was whipped up in the air and Hull couldn't take it cleanly, so it'll be Edwards to feed to his 5 forwards. Wigan being pushed all over the place, and Edwards couldn't pick it up as the Wigan forwards ran back like a Dunkirk retreat, and they were pushed back. And that was a great push by these Hull men. They got the extra man on the bigs to start off with. Mildart going hard into the tattle. Mackey turning it inside. On to Cleal running across, getting it moving. Come on, a substitute. Lucas goes in, takes his man. Wigan behind the dummy. It's a long one, flung out to the wing, turning down the far wing. Flung inside, and that's surely yards forward. Yes, the referee following that very well, right in line with it. The ball was flung inside and was well forward. So it'll be Wigan to feed, but these Wigan forwards just cannot hold this Hull pack. The last scrum but one, they had trouble getting it out. The last one, they were completely run off it. We go down again, it will be Edwards to field. The pack's all over the place as Edwards does well to get it out. All Wigan can do is hold it as the defenders come on them quickly. Acting half-back, bringing it away well. That's good, powerful running by Wigan. They're giving it all they've got, although they're so far behind. Edwards, long kick, saving his forwards a lot of work. Covered by Turner. Turner running it out down his opposite wing. And here comes the juggernaut forwards, powering into the Wigan defence. And there's a big gap there. And that was a good last-ditch tackle by Wigan. But it's now all Hull, and they've knocked on. Wigan pick it up. Referee plays the advantage. Good clearing run. Comes out to Iro dumming. Marshall goes inside him. Can't get into his stride. Doesn't look fully fit. Marshall grovels his way over the 25 line. Dermot to Edwards. Edwards moving it along. Wigan have not lost possession. And the numbers game make that surely another knock on by Wigan this time. They've not, and it's gone into touch. Well, comedy of errors at the moment. Handling not good by either. Well, it's not bad handling, but there are mistakes being made. And Harrison going off for Hull. Substitution being made. We can get the ball out to Myers. Myers doing well, gets it on. We're going to attack it now as Iro comes inside. Iro still so strong, but not got the speed in his legs. And a penalty again in the tattle. Taken quickly by Iro. By Philip Clark rather. Philip Clark down the field. Dermot's coming up. Dermot decides he's going to take them on. Up to the 25 line. Goes on to Edwards. Edwards a short one to Gildart. Wigan trying to move the ball sideways and then suddenly come onto it straight from the outside. And Edwards disappears under the Hull defenders. Wigan now in the last quarter of this game. Wigan still no points on the board. Not used the wind very much, Wigan. And as I say that, Edwards hoists a high one. Been followed up well and taken very cleanly. Hull with it on their own 25. Gay took it well. And Wigan in the walls. Another Wigan player limping. Hull keeping it moving as if it's red hot. It's entertaining stuff. And they should be able to, with the superior numbers and the superior strength. Surging down the field. Iro goes back. And they're keeping it moving. And Hull are in the corner. Well, they flipped that ball about all over the place. Could see the gaps appearing in the Wigan defence. One man short, another player hurt, and Hull whipped it about. The crowd is shouting easy, 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 and eventually it was easy for Turner to go over unmarked as the Hull players were surging onto it, player after player driving into it, and so in the 25th minute or so of this half, Turner goes over for the first try of this half. Wigan again down to 11 men. And you can see these fellas' tails are up now as they come striding into Wigan defeated but not saying die. Skerritt done a lot of work this afternoon, looking a lot fitter. And Wigan done well really this half to hold them to one try, but we're coming now to the danger period of the game when tiredness creeps in, and they've been playing short so long, taking these big forwards who are not sitting back and taking it easy. Mackey kicking behind the Wigan defence. Myers is there. Myers not a good run in by Myers. Well run by Myers, a good run. And eventually Wigan held on their own 25. Back to one. There's a rather silly kick through at the play the ball. Wigan had the ball ripped away, and the referee's given the knock on. The Wigan to feed. Very untidy scrummaging, and the referee has penalised Hull for it. Edwards takes it quickly and gains a lot of ground, takes it up to the halfway line. Wigan flinging the ball about, and they may lose possession. They have. Over-eagerness, not enough, and there's a massive overlap here as the ball's flung out to Turner. He has support on his outside. Edwards covering across, and Marshall with him. Turner waiting for the play of the ball. Turner moves it inside. Long ball from Jackson, and there's a big gap in the Wigan defence. A ball goes out to the corner, and they dive in, and the judge's flag has gone up. Just into touch before the corner. Well, it was nearly all over a try again there, and Wigan are beginning to look very, very thin on the ground. As we come up to the half hour, the ball shoot out the Wigan side, put in a little kick, giving possession back afield, and it's been knocked on. Oh, well, that is a bad mistake by Hull. Well, I thought that none too clever a kick, but it's paid off for Wigan. Wigan to feed. Bit of how's your father going on, and now it's Hull's put in. Well, Wigan gained nothing from that possession. Ball's in. Ball's loose on the floor, but it's Hull's ball, and there's little temper creeping in. Touch judge going on awful slowly. There's the struggle going on for possession. There might be 20 points in it, but these players are going to give it their all right to the very end. Well, it's sad that this should happen in a game where the result is already a foregone conclusion. And it's the sin bin job. And how's the referee going to sort this one out? Certainly the riot act's being read. Good way in. With Cleal. Good way in Cleal, being read the riot act. And eventually it's Hull who come out with the penalty. Well, perhaps that will have given them time to cool off a little bit. The whole crowd yelling, wanting more points on the board. Cleal going hard, a long one, out to the wing, and he's well tackled. Turner well taken by Marshall. And Wigan penalised for line on again. Cleal takes it quickly, looking for the try line, going on his own. Big hefty man. And the players all over the place. The referee calling them back and going to give a scrum down with Wigan's put in. Edwards to feed, Edwards gets it out, gets it on to Marshall. Edwards, who's worked hard. Ooh, and the referee, I thought the referee wouldn't like that one. And Goodway not happy being tattled like that. But a penalty to Wigan, high tattle. Edwards bangs it into touch, 8 yards short of the halfway line. Lucas looking for support onto Skerritt. Dermot waiting behind to play the ball, and a little run on his own and an overhead kick. Got to be an obstruction. Referee reckoning he was pulled back. Well, a little bit of a chat going on with the referee. Now Dermot takes a penalty. Dermot coming up for the tap. Wigan will want to get a score as Lucas goes tearing into the forwards. Dermot. Edwards caught in possession and bounced down. That's keenness and eagerness. A lot of niggle in this game. Wigan are very happy being so many points behind and having to play on with difficulty. And Hull are certainly giving Wigan no mercy at all. They're coming in very, very strongly. Wigan forcing the way inside and going for the corner. Little backflip. And they're over. Wigan are over. Managed to get the points on the board. Wigan will be very pleased with that one. They managed eventually to force the way over in the corner. Well, Wigan fought hard for that try. There'd been a lot of needle creeping into the game, but they stuck at the guns and got the first try on the board with 36 minutes gone. They've struggled hard all afternoon against the elements and against bad luck, and eventually they managed to get over in the corner to make it now Hull 24, Wigan 4. Well, it was a great pity that Lydon was sent off so early in the game. Really upset the flow of Wigan's play, plus the fact they were playing into a very, very strong wind, and Hull took every advantage of it in the first half, and Wigan have had to battle a long, long time. Hull to feed, and a penalty for incorrect feeding. Indirect penalty for Wigan. Wigan still fighting for every inch of ground. Edwards. Well, though they've been defeated, they've never given up trying. Hull still moving very quickly into the Wigan defence as Dermot comes through, gains a good 10 yards of ground, a good clearing run by Dermot. Good way. Edwards kicks behind the defence, a nicely placed kick, rolling to the touchline. Both these sides will know they've been in a battle by the time they get into the bath in 5 minutes or so. There has been some stoppage time. Will be Mackie to feed. Mackie's gone to scrum half and play some more tar. Mackie getting the ball moving. Iro coming in quickly into the tackle, helped by Edwards. The gap should be there on the far side. Wigan cover across to take Eastwood. And once again the whistle goes. And a penalty. Referee said there'd been some tugging at the play of the ball. Sean Edwards, fine touch, 10 yards outside the 25. Lucas charges into them. Edwards. Wigan lost ground. And he's had the ball stolen off him. Well, this is a runaway. Clear going out, flicked in, the ball pass has been knocked down. And Wigan managed to make it dead. Well, that was nearly 4 points given away. Wigan had the ball stolen off them. And as Cleal tried to turn it inside, it was well knocked down, and Manny Wigan just managed to make it dead, as desperately they backpedaled to try and save that. And I would think the Wigan players would be saying, for God's sake, sound the hooter. We're on a real handful here against this whole side. Coming up to the Wigan 25. And it's been intercepted by Iro. One time they would never have seen him, but time he got caught as Edwards moves it inside. Iro looking very weary. Comes on to Edwards. Edwards put a lot of energy into this game. Hull coming tearing in, knocking Wigan down. Wigan stitching the game up, holding it tight. Edwards behind the defence. It's a good kick, a tremendous kick, great tactical kick. Has the wind with him, of course. But it saved the Wigan forwards an awful lot of graft. Hull to feed. As we go into injury time, Mackie gets it out. And it's been dropped. Referee giving the knock on. Game beginning to die a little bit now as Edwards comes round to this side of the field. Edwards gets it out, coming round the narrow side. He's faced with the opposition and sensibly goes down to Goodway, waiting for the play of the ball. Goodway decides he'll have a go, and he's lost possession. Got it back again. Dermot decides he's put a little kick in. He's chasing it in the in-goal area. And it's the bomb, so it's from the 25. You don't see so many of them nowadays. Caught cleanly in the in-goal area. Hull wanted to take it quickly. Cannot getting up slowly. He was tackled heavily, and he's a big lad too. Wigan, and there goes the hooter. Delight of the Hull spectators. They played hard and they played well. Wigan under tremendous problems, playing for the second match in succession, playing a long time with a man short and then suffering with injuries. Philip Clark having been carried off. We go off for the end of this game with the final score: Hull 24, Wigan 4.
Well, Maurice, today must have been a big disappointment for us.
Well, obviously, John, a dreadful disappointment. But when we had Joe Lydon sent off in sad circumstances after just only a few minutes of the game, then of course lots fell apart. We didn't have the kicking game that we hope to have with Joe. And of course, in the same passage of play, we lost Andrew Gregory as well. And with scrum half position having to be taken up by Sean Edwards, no one playing a kicking game at the back, we were disjointed, and I think we were really left with too much work to do.
And they've all come off, I think, very battered and very bruised. Is this going to have much effect, do you think, on the important game next week?
Well, it's bound to. I just hope that tough guys can get through it. But Dean Bell took a dreadful clash of heads smack in the mouth, which has necessitated 25 stitches. Thank God we had Dr. Zaman with us today, and he was absolutely magnificent, used all his skills. We've had Kevin Ira with a suspect hamstring again. Andy Gregory, when he kicked through and was challenged by two of their players, unfortunately has got both thighs very badly bruised and a necessary x-ray to a knee, which is going to be the real major problem for us next week, and possibly for Great Britain to follow that. We've got Joe's disciplinary to come up Thursday. We've got Dennis Betts, who also came off rather dizzy. So all in all, we've really got a whole lengthy list of injuries which probably won't sort themselves out until even past the disciplinary on Thursday, right up until Saturday morning. Not the ideal preparation for Australia.
And do you think Frano Botica and Andy Platt have any chance of turning out against the Australians next week?
Well, I'm sure Frano hasn't. He has his operation Monday, and Andy Platt has already had his. He's had an arthroscope, and he did have a damaged cartilage. He's been carrying it since the Widnes game, so his operation traditionally puts them out for 3 weeks, but Andy Platt is such a strong player that there's every possibility that he may make a miraculous recovery. He's done so in the past, and he played for us at Wembley following a similar injury, so he's a magnificently tough player who could come through. But all in all, I feel very sorry for John Money. He really does have a lot of pressures at the moment with his injuries, and we really will have to see until we trot out against Australia just who is going to play.
And of course, we can always put on a great show against the Australians, both before the game and during the game. So we will be looking forward, won't we, to a tremendous effort next week.
Oh, John, I can assure you, no matter who turns out, they'll be giving you everything they've got. The show that will go on the road will include skydivers and marching bands and a road show and so many special features, special souvenir programme. It really is a big day, and I know it's one that the players have had on their mind since the beginning of the season. All of them wanted to be the club side to beat Australia. It's going to be a massive uphill struggle for us now. We really are carrying monstrous injuries, and if they can pull it off when they really are truly supermen.
Thank you very much, Maurice, and I'm sure that next week's game against Australia will be a very memorable occasion, and we will be there to bring it to you.